Good morning, everybody. It is Monday morning here in the Philippines, Sunday evening back home. And I am coming to you. I'm Dr. McFarland from the Philippines. And I thought today I would read about a new book I've been researching a little bit and have started reading. And it's very good. It's called Food Fix by Dr. Mark Hyman, and he is very much into research. And hi, Carolyn. And he talks about the problem with our food. Okay, so he specifically looks at the United States, but the United States isn't the only one with the problem. So our food is driving our diseasing processes. Okay, so I'm not the only one who has ever said you don't have a drug or surgery deficiency. He says it a lot also, and that you you definitely need to look at what our food is doing. So corn, soy, grains, all of those things are subsidized by the government, which means the government pays to have those grown. Well, what it doesn't pay for is to have the crops rotated, to have the soil fixed. And our soil is completely depleted of anything of nutrients in it because they're not rotating the crops. And so now it's just dirt. So the difference between dirt and soil is dirt is just filler stuff. Soil actually has nutrients in it and can actually help heal our bodies. So by subsidizing something that has zero nutritional value, depletes our soil, they're making it to where all of this fake stuff that people consume that is not food is making us sick. Now, what difference does that make? Well, Big Pharma pays to keep us sick, basically. They look into the research, or they create the research that says, hey, look, this is good for us. And they only look at a piece of it. So cereals, for instance, most of you who know me know that I don't do breakfast, and I definitely don't do cereal because it's just a big old sugar rush first thing in the morning. And it spikes your sugar, it spikes your insulin, it spikes all of these parts of our body that make us crave more food, more sugar all day long. And it's the wrong kinds of food that we're craving. Again, the sugar and all that kind of stuff. Sorry, I'm playing fetch with Gidget, trying to keep her occupied. There you go. So what we want to do is look at the different food sources. Now, the government subsidizes corn, soy, grains, those kind of things. They'll give you food stamps. Did you know you're paying for food stamps for pop, for Coca-Cola? Every day. Food stamps pay for people to buy the thing that's causing diabetes. Coca-Cola is horrible about the amounts of sugar that's in it, and it's been known forever that it actually contributes to the cause of diabetes. Diabetes is not a drug deficiency. That's a hand-to-mouth problem, okay? You're not consuming the right kinds of foods in order to correct the problem. The Diabetes Association actually tells people if you go on drugs like Ozempic, you don't have to change anything you eat. You just keep eating all of that crap food that made you sick, and we'll give you this drug that'll keep you sick. Okay? So if you don't see a problem with that logic, you're not thinking. So you can't. Okay, so one of the things he said that I really liked, that really resonated with me. If you have a fish tank and it gets dirty, you don't give drugs to the fish to clean the tank. you have to go in and actually clean the tank, right? They're not cleaning our tanks. They're going in and giving drugs to the fish and hoping that that'll fix something. You still, I mean, pretty soon you can't even see the fish because the tank is so dirty. So, Ozempic is, let's see, what was I'm trying to remember some of the stats he did. I wrote them all out yesterday and forgot them at the office. So 50% of American teenagers are obesely overweight and pre-diabetic. Ozempic is considered a drug to be on for the rest of your life. It does not fix anything. It's very harmful to the body, very harmful to the system. And the company that makes it outlawed it in their country. Okay, it's a Nordic something is the company that makes Ozempic. It is outlawed in Europe because it's harming people. It's keeping them sick. They make 100% of their money off of the stupid Americans who are buying it. Think about that for a moment. That is terrifying. Okay, so other countries have different labeling of their foods than we do. Even cereals. Like, they're colored with beet juice or carrot juice or spinach juice. That's how they get the colors in their cereals. Our cereals are red dye number 40, blue dye number 15, yellow dye number 23. Why are we using chemicals and feeding it to our children and then wondering why our children, 50% of them, are pre-diabetic? That doesn't make any sense. Get them off the junk and start giving them actual food, and all of these issues magically go away. It's incredible. It's just as bad here in the Philippines because they really like their fast food. Hi, Suzanne. They really, really like their fast food. So if you can really start, I mean, people need to do their due diligence. You need to do your research. Don't take somebody's word for it. Go out and do your research and look at what's being put out. And make sure you're going to a place where the research is valid research. So most of the drug companies that are putting out all of these toxic waste things that they're putting in our bodies, they do their own research, which means they make it look like whatever they want. They know it's killing people. During the whole pandemic, the people who were dying from COVID, every single one of them just about had some sort of underlying food-based problem. The fact that the 3 leading causes of death in the United States is iatrogenic, doctor-induced, heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. That can be prevented. Stop doing what the American Diabetes Association says to do and actually do some research. And go out and look at different things you can do. You can do keto, you can do carnivore, you can change your eating habits. Don't go on a diet. Change your eating habits. Diets are temporary. Eating habits are for life. So change your eating habits and you will heal your gut. You'll heal your heart. You'll heal your brain. For those of you who don't know, Alzheimer's is type 3 diabetes. It's being fed by the same crap food, or non-foods as I like to call them, because they're not really food. It's being fed by the same system. Okay? Ozempic is going to promote Alzheimer's. Statin drugs drive Alzheimer's. Your brain is made of cholesterol. If you decrease the amount of cholesterol in your body, you decrease your brain. So these are things to look at, to think about. There's a lot of fabulous books out. Dr. Hyman has produced 7 or 8 books now. They're all really good. Food Fix is the one, like I said, that I'm currently on. He's done, I don't know if he's done sugar, salt, fat, but that's another good one. There's tons of books out, and if you want to know or have interest in some of the different books that all of this research comes from, and it is research. It is legitimate research, not paid for by drug companies. It is separate, third-party, non-partisan people that are looking at it going, gee, this is really interesting. I wonder what would happen if we did this. Then ask me and I'll tell you the names of all these different books or get you on the right path. One of the other studies he talks about is in prisons. So in prison, you have a group of people that, they're there for a reason and they're not going anywhere. So it's a great place to study nutrition, for instance. And it's not going to hurt anybody. So the large majority of people in in prison have brain imbalances of some sort going on. Whether it's vitamin D3 deficiency, omega-3 deficiency, they've got some sort of chemical dysfunction going on in their brain. And so they put them on dope, they still feed them McDog food and, all of the garbage that they've grown up on that they're addicted to that they can't seem to get off. This is why people go, oh, I can't take my kids' McDog food away from them. They scream and throw a fit. Well, let them scream and throw a fit. Be an adult. You're saving their life. 50% of American children are pre-diabetic. That is horrible. Okay, so back to the prisons. Hi, Melody. In the prisons, they took a group of prisoners and said, you know what, we're going to take this group and we're going to feed them real food. And we're going to let the other group do whatever they're going to eat, whatever they normally eat. Because most prisoners, when they get out, they go back because they're still going to do the same offense. What they found was the people that they put on real food, they lost weight, they were healthier overall, their physique completely changed, their mental states completely changed, and those that were let out did not commit the crimes again. Their mental state had been changed in such a way that they no longer had the need to be violent, to go out and do these things that got them put in prison to begin with. Whereas the other group that ate whatever garbage the prison threw at them, they went out and came right back because they immediately did the exact same thing that got them in there to begin with. And they, pulled from every group in there and set them aside and did this study. So that's how powerful our food is. Hi, Solo. Our food is what makes up our body. If you're eating something that's one molecule away from plastic all the time, your body cannot possibly consume that and understand what it is and put it back out to create life. So if you want to correct what's going on in your body, you're going to have to change your eating habits. You're going to have to look at it differently. What can I do to make the biggest amount of change in my life and to make it a permanent change? There isn't a drug that gives you a permanent change. Ozempic knows it. They know all that is doing is harming people. That's why the company that makes it has made it illegal to use in their country. The United States is the only one who buys it. So, food for thought for the day. Go out, get the Audible, get the regular book of Food Fix. It's very, very interesting, and it is scientifically based. The doc that wrote it really loves research and does his research. So, hope that gives you something to think about today. Go out, eat some fruits and vegetables and meats and nuts, and stay away from anything in a box. And you're going to feel a heck of a lot better throughout the day. God bless, guys. Love you. And I will talk to you next week.